Vibrations, where kids are taught about the world from someone they can relate to. Join us every Friday at 3:30 p.m. to hang out with your big sister Raquel and the kids of Vibrations. Right here on PBCJ, the People's Station.
See your new favorite shows on the Children's Corner. Learn, laugh, play. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 1:30 to 5 p.m. The Children's Corner, right here on PBCJ.
Denise Williams here, inviting you to join us on Financially Focused, the ultimate destination for go-getters who are ready to take the step-by-step actions to master your finances and create a family legacy. Tune in, watch, take notes, and participate to discover the strategies of our expert guests who provide invaluable guidance and powerful coaching tools to supercharge your financial journey.
Tune in to Financially Focused, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. only on PBCJ, the People's Station.
In our funded and focused feature, we want to reimagine the artificial intelligence or AI office for someone growing their business. Stop thinking of AI as a tool you buy or a tool you subscribe to, and start thinking of AI as flows that produce business outcomes. So let's imagine a monthly rhythm for a growth business. For week 1, you want strategy and forecast. So AI produces updated 90-day revenue and cash scenarios. For week 2, you want content. And so AI creates the content calendar, the ads, and the outreach sequences. Week 3 is conversion optimization. So AI helps you to test copy, and that refines your lead scoring to show you where you got the highest response. Now, week 4 is operation and hiring. So you use AI to review your standard operating procedure, and it pulls candidates for you to review. So for an outcome-oriented checklist, you're going to use AI and make sure every subscription maps to at least one key performance index that it moves in your company. Every automation that you purchase must have an owner, and it must have a return on investment after 60 days. And then you're going to replace any AI subscription that is too much work, and you're going to have an integrated workflow, which is really one automation platform, and that flows into your business.
Peace is a choice we make every day. When we come together with love and understanding, we create a future free of violence and fear. Let's stand united, build bridges, and nurture hope for our children and our communities.
Hi everyone, here are 5 benefits of being a beneficiary of the Students' Loan Bureau. 1. Benefit from our 99% approval rate. 2. Benefit from our low interest rate, so less burden when you need to repay. 3. Benefit from the fact that we require no collateral when applying. 4. We're giving you more time to focus on your studies while we focus on the financing. No need to worry about repaying while in school. Number 5. Receive a 14 months grace period after your graduation date before you enter repayment. Don't forget to follow us on all SLB platforms for more SLB info.
Let's tell you, schoolgirl football finishes this week. When that is over, beware, beware.
This is a do or die. On Saturday, May 9, when the clock strikes 3:30 p.m. at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, the Jamaica Women's Premier League delivers a blockbuster decider. Real Mona versus Cavalier. 2 teams, 1 mission. Survival.
Everyone wants to go to the final. Everybody wants to win, but there will only be one winner.
For Cavalier, it's simple. Win and they're through to the semi-finals. After falling just short as last year's beaten finalists, they're back with unfinished business and eyes locked on redemption.
All the way. Yes, man, we're going all the way.
But standing in their way, a story years in the making. Real Mona, back in the league for the first time since 2019 and now on the brink of history. A victory doesn't just keep their season alive, it puts them within reach of their first semi-final appearance.
If the final comes to knocking, then the title will become.
Everything on the line, every tackle matters, every moment defines the season.
We can show that we have been putting in the work. Everything in our system.
Legacy or heartbreak, this is more than a match. This is the decider. Watch it live on the Jamaica Women's Premier League YouTube channel and on PBCJ.
Hi everyone, here are 5 benefits of being a beneficiary of the Students' Loan Bureau. 1. Benefit from our 99% approval rate. 2. Benefit from our low interest rate, so less burden when you need to repay. 3. Benefit from the fact that we require no collateral when applying. 4. We're giving you more time to focus on your studies while we focus on the financing. No need to worry about repaying while in school. Number 5. Receive a 14 months grace period after your graduation date before you enter repayment. Don't forget to follow us on all SLB platforms for more SLB info.
For our credit report tip of the day, the credit report may not be part of the menopause conversation yet, but it should be. Menopause is not just a biological transition, it is a financial inflection point. And while we focus rightfully on wellness, we should be asking, are women financially structured to withstand this transition? Do they have access to capital without stress? Are they building financial systems that can support them when energy, clarity, or capacity fluctuates? Because stability during uncertain periods doesn't happen by accident, it's designed.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yo, what are you? Oh man, none of that. No, brother, no, man. You see how I'm playing dirty game, man. But it's a bad game. No, I said, place when you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. No shake on, I can play a little bad, brethren. Really have to shake on? Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man. Come together, and make the violence done. Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic. Well then, let's propel we nation, moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public, while on the road to republic. Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
We on the road to republic.
Dengue is ordinarily a mild disease, persons may get a fever, headache, joint and muscle pains. The illness is often resolved through rest and adequate hydration along with paracetamol to treat the accompanying fever. However, on occasions, the illness can progress to severe dengue, which can result in organ failure, bleeding, and severe fluid depletion that can lead to shock and even death. Therefore, it is important for persons who are experiencing fever, vomiting, severe abdominal pain, bleeding under the skin, feeling very weak, or getting confused to seek immediate attention. Let us work together to protect ourselves against dengue.
So who keeps our taxpayer money in check? Well, the PAC and PAAC help watch over the country's budget. And one might sound like it just have an extra A, but they're way different. Here's how. The PAAC and PAC are two committees that watch the money. The Public Accounts Committee reviews government projects after them close. They do a post-audit check to see what problems arose with the costs and call officials to explain decisions that cause budget mismanagement. And then they recommend corrective action. So the problem will happen from when, not happen again. But what about the money we are spending right now? The PAAC. That's how Public Administration and Appropriations Committee pretty much means your money will protect as it happen, we check. While projects go on, things are accurate. As government spend the nation's budget, PAAC reviews it. They examine proposals and summon officials to find problems before them don't use it. So the PAC and PAAC are two parliamentary committees that watch over the country's wallet to protect the budget and keep it in check. And you can get involved. Just visit jampja.org.
Hello, 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 one and all, short and tall, big and small. I'm so honored that you are choosing to spend time with Amina from Kingston, Jamaica.
Spend time with Amina. Saturdays at 2 p.m. inside the Children's Corner, right here on PBCJ.
When the storm rages and the world feels shaken, remember our strength lies in unity. It's in coming together, sharing hope, and standing shoulder to shoulder that we find resilience. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement builds a brighter tomorrow.
Professor Senator Morris, please remind me not to call on Bennett Cooper again to say the prayers. I'm not sure how that was received. I want to welcome everybody to the meeting this morning, although we're making a start at 9:20. I just placed on record that members of the committee were here at 9, and quite a few of them were involved in some pre-meeting discussions. So although the clock is saying 9:22, the meeting essentially, our members of the committee had essentially been meeting earlier to discuss a number of outstanding matters. We have to get out of here today at 10 minutes to 10 because we are trying to make a 10 o'clock start, anticipating a active debate day in the Senate. The minutes of the meeting held on May the 1st, 2026 were circulated, and I take them as read. Just before I go there, apologies for absence. I think that Senator Scott Motley had indicated that she was going to be a bit late. Both clerk, or the deputy clerk was here, The clerk, I think, is on way. That's by way of that. So the minutes of the 1st of May 2026. Come here. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. She's not coming. And in fact, Ms. Jimenez, I've just been told, is unable to join us today. So page 1, nothing of consequence there that would require the attention of the committee. Page 2 contains a continuation of Standing Order 82 and really is dealing with the proposals put forward by Legislative 1 of the Legislative Council, Mrs. Jimenez, in relation to 82, 82 4B. Reference is made to, okay, the committee had agreed that the phrase circulating within Jamaica should be amended to read circulating within the island of Jamaica. So that was a decision contained on page 2. There's further proposals on page 2 to the amendment of Standing Order 82 to include the process of objections, and that had taken some time and some discussion. Allow me to just say a word too. That's page 2. Page 3, we continued looking at similar provisions with contributions from Senator Gale, contribution from Legal Counsel Ms. Stewart, Senator Golden Campbell contributed. Ms. Stewart sought clarity regarding how the period within the objections were to be made and treated. And we moved on to Standing Order 82, 6 and 7. It was Senator Sinclair who had conduct of this, and then moved to Standing Order 82. So I take it that those were in order. The chairman asked whether changes made to the Special Select Committee in accordance with 82, 8 and B had to be returned. That was clarified. Senator Gale intervened again. Further discussion in relation to Standing Order 82-8. And the chairman reiterated his concern about the possibility of amendments to a bill could proceed in the promoter's absence. That was discussed. This is 82-8A, and that is on the pages are not numbered in. I don't know why that is.
The number is at the top.
Oh, the number is at the top. Oh yes, okay. Yeah, thank you. That's page 4, and we moved on to page 5 with a contribution from Senator Scott Motley. And the highlight of the meeting, the elected chairman welcomed Senator Tom Tavares Finson, who assumed the chair. Good morning, Madam Clerk. We just read an apology for you, but I said you were en route. Chairman read into the record Standing Order 82, 9, and 10. Senator Sinclair observed that 9 and 10 contained repeated reference to persons opposing to the bill. Senator Scott Motley, Sinclair further made inquiries which Ms. Jimenez responded to. That is page 5. And the final page 6, with contributions again from Senator Sinclair. Gale and Sinclair expressed the view that 8210 required substantial rewording for clarity. Ms. Jimenez responded that the revisions would be limited to paragraph 8. Okay? Come again? She expressed the view that required substantial wording for clarity. Ms. Jimenez responded that the revisions would not be limited to 8210, but would be extended to 828A. She then stated that the technical team would undertake a thorough review and redrafting all references to petitioner, promoter, objector, in order to ensure consistency throughout Standing Order 82. So that is where we are in relation to that. Now, we have gotten an apology from Ms. Jimenez for her lack of presence today, on top of which a document has recently come via the email to us, and we're trying to get it.
No, she's asking that we defer it.
Yes, I was going to do it, yeah. Yeah. So the work has been done. It has come to me on email. And the legal officer is asking that we defer that decision for when she's here, so we can deal with that. So can I have a motion in relation to the Senator Bernard seconded.
Senator
Bennett Cooper. All in favor? So be it. So what we will do then, let us give me the standing order. Let us leave 82. No, sir?
82A.
What's that, Mr. Sinclair?
We really would have gone on to 8211, but I do believe that Ms. Jimenez was looking at the entire 82. So I think we should, pardon me?
Go to the subsequent one, which is 82A, technology.
Yes. So I think we should just move on to 82A until she's here. I think they were looking at an entire rework of 82.
Okay, so let us defer 82. Sorry, Ms. Stewart, go ahead, please.
Good morning, Chair. Thank you, members. Right, so the legal team, we're looking at a complete redraft of Section 82, because as outlined in the minutes, it would not just contemplate looking at 82, 9, and 10, but also 82, 3, which needs to be amended to incorporate the issue of petitioners or promoters actually coming. So it is implied, but it's not explicitly stated. So the amendments that will be made to 82, 3, 82, 8, to 82, 9, and 82, 10 will also have an impact of the remaining provisions. So we're doing an actual redraft of the entire 82. So we'll just proceed to 82A.
So it is obvious that the correct thing to do is defer 82, and we're now at 82A. Now, Senator Floyd Morris, can you assist me, or Madam Clerk? 82A was obviously put into the standing orders fairly recently, because it's referring to the use of electronic devices. Now, could somebody indicate to me if they have a recollection as to when it was done? Charles, you have a recollection?
From my recollection, this was one that would have been included when we had COVID. And we had moved the motion, and that was an amendment,
And
which
this
I
was-
believe was a significant
This was the amendment that had given us authority to attend by Zoom and so on.
That is correct.
No, it was done at the same time. All right, let us go through it. Yes. Okay. Yes, what the committee clerk is saying is that she's of the view that the majority of these were put in before COVID in an effort to deal with the advent of cellular phones and so on, and multimedia presentations, because she's saying it was put when Mrs. Cook was here. Nevertheless, we have the experience now to make some significant determination to see how these things are being used and how in any way we can improve them. So 82A1, the use of electronic devices, including laptops, tablets, mobile telephones, and other devices serving similar functions, is permitted during proceedings of the Senate or committee. But there is a caveat now: for the purpose of taking notes or for consulting reference material, including parliamentary papers, and accessing reports and other documents tabled in the Senate in electronic form where these are relevant to the proceedings. Go ahead, Senator Floyd Morris. 1 minute, 1 minute. Come move, snap in a snap.
No?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying those amendments came before COVID because it was to accommodate. I remember the discussions, looking at the devices that I was using and so forth. So those amendments came before COVID.
So those would have come under the 22nd of February 2013 amendments, as far back as then.
So the question is now, listen, the use of electronic devices, is there anything that should be added, subtracted, taken out in terms of the development of the technology? Mr. Sinclair?
I'm not taking out. No, I'm not. For the purpose of taking notes or for consulting reference materials, including parliamentary papers and accessing reports and other documents tabled. I have seen presentations made by a few members in the Senate.
Sorry, Charles, you need to just repeat that for me.
I just read what the restrictions were in respect to the use of electronic devices. It says you can use it for the purpose of taking notes, consulting reference materials, including parliamentary papers and accessing reports and other documents tabled in the Senate in electronic format. Presentations that have been made in the Senate. I recall. Can I finish, sir? I recall Senator Fraser Binns, and I believe there was another person who did a presentation, but they put it on the screen. Oh, Senator Thompson. Is that type of presentation and use of an electronic device captured in this? And I recall at one presentation where Senator Brown wanted to play a voice note from his cell phone while he was doing his presentation. Is it to look at 6? Okay. May only be undertaken at the discretion. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Cohen.
The committee clerk's here to tell her thank you.
I did. It's on the record. It's on the record.
All right. So the question is now, look here, in relation to one, you see, somebody had said, well, you can't enforce, what you can't enforce, because you're not going to know whether the person is using these devices, including parliamentary papers in the Senate, where these are relevant to the proceedings. You wouldn't know what the person is really doing. But because you can't enforce it, don't mean that you cannot regulate it. You don't have to be able to see what the person is doing. The member would know that what they are doing is wrong. Okay, so anybody have any issue? Mr. Tavares Finson Jr., those who are up on the technology, and Mr. Bernard, anything that should be added or subtracted here? The use electronic devices, including laptop, tablet, mobile telephone, and other devices. Okay, that's the catch-all. Other devices serving as is permitted during the proceedings in the Senate for the purpose of taking notes, for consulting reference material, including parliamentary papers. Charles, should we say, Senator Sinclair, should we say, and making presentations? Okay.
So, Senator Tavares had wanted to speak and also
Senator, saying something?
No, I was simply saying that I'm satisfied with the descriptions there and the devices that have been outlined. I don't have a problem. I'm just a little bit concerned about documents tabled in the Senate.
Come again?
Documents tabled in the Senate. So it says, I'm saying, what if that we are trying to consult a document that is not tabled in the Senate?
No, because that would come. That would fall under reference material.
That's number. Never got.
Look here, because look, reference material is a catch-all to, you know. Right? Reference material would be a catch-all. So it's a reference material including. So it would be a catch-all. Okay, 2. The use of devices referred to in paragraph 1 of this order is not permitted for external communication with other persons during the proceedings of the Senate or in committee. No, because that is what we're trying to get our people using telephone. That's the telephone thing, you know.
text. What's that?
Look, turn on your thing. Oh, yes,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just expanding. That is the on-time response you get from your research team feeding you information to respond to the other person after a presentation. How do you?
That's what you have to depend on.
No, I don't have that, but I'm just saying that's where my mind is heading. That's what I'm saying. I'm fine with it, but I'm saying that's what it suggests.
think that the general idea of this was to prevent people from going on the telephone in the middle of a Senate sitting, which they do anyway. And also that WhatsApp and text and such like, they're using it any which way.
But you were saying, Mr. President, you were, in your caveat earlier, Mr. President, you were saying that we have to adjust to the
I'm
times.
sorry.
I'm saying in your earlier statement, before we started, you were saying we need to adjust to the times. And we're in a time now where on-time information is crucial. And it's part and parcel of where governance is going, is it not?
Well, maybe we better not interfere with it, because on top of which the chairman or the president cannot identify what you're doing with your phone. But at the same time, the regulation is there. I don't think it should be removed because it's unenforceable. Senator.
Mr. President, thank you, sir. This particular provision, the use of devices not being permitted for external communication, is a little, I agree that it should perhaps remain, and I do agree that enforceability may become an issue, and enforceability is likely to become an issue because you won't know. If I pick up my phone and I have made notes on it to assist me with my presentation, it is unlikely that anyone would be able to determine whether I am looking at my notes to assist me with the presentation, or whether I'm chatting to a friend, or whether I'm getting information or guidance from some person that's not present in the chambers. So I do believe that this one should remain, because it also is important to ensure that in the middle of a sitting, someone doesn't say, "What, Johnny? Oh, yeah." Because that, I think, is part of what is intended for us to be protected against.
Okay. Yeah. Senator Sinclair, Senator Morris, I want to ask you something specific. Senator Sinclair, what you're saying?
The comment made by Senator Bruce Bennett Cooper I was going along that line. She has made it, I won't say anything.
So we leave it. What I wanted to address specifically to Professor Morris is whether you are satisfied within the definitions here that all the devices that you presently employ are covered here. One minute for me. Yeah, go ahead, Sen.
Hello? Yeah, when you have electronic devices, it covers a wide gamut of equipment and devices that one would use, and I don't envisage anything here that would prevent me from using those devices. I mean, the technology is evolving, but they come in the form of apps that are placed either on your laptop or on your smartphone. And so, how the paragraph has been phrased would capture those.
Okay, thank you very much. Senator Allen and then Senator Sinclair.
I'm back at 2, Mr. President. And I really think that, I hear Senator Bennett Cooper. I think the decorum of the House, you would not see persons getting up answering phone in that dramatic kind of way. But I mean, we have to move with the times. And again, if guardrails need to be put in place, we put the guardrails in place.
But hear this now. What you had suggested would not be something that I would be prepared to work with, Because if you are here and you are taking information, while you're in the process of speaking, you have somebody telling you, giving you information. I wouldn't support that neither,
So, Mr. President, so it is on the books. We know it's not enforceable. We know it's being done.
What is being done?
Information, on-time information coming in. I've sat in in debates and see even the leader of government business say directly that she just contacted someone and corrected information or presented on the opposition side. I've seen a number of occasions.
In
So
other words, contacting the technocrats outside of the chamber during the course.
I don't know who she contacted. She said, and reading from her phone, that I've just received information that you were wrong and she read it.
All right. So make we look back at this then. But see the time here now, and we have some guests coming here today and they have started to sit in the chamber, so we don't want to keep them waiting. Senator Sinclair, I'm not leaving you hanging. Go ahead.
I inquire of
from Ms.
Stewart.
Clark. Ms. Stewart.
Yes. Would you agree with me for an amendment to 2 to say the use of electronic devices and other devices referred to in paragraph 1, or just to leave it as the use of devices? No, because I don't know what the other devices are. I'm just speaking about getting consistency in what is stated in 1 and what is then referred to in 2.
All right, from a drafting perspective, for consistency, you could use electronic devices. However, I'm considering that technology evolves. So you probably don't want to limit it to electronic devices and just use probably devices to encapsulate electronic devices and probably any other device. I think that was probably the intent.
My query was, all right, in 1 you have the use of electronic devices, and then it goes specific. And then after telephones, it says, and other devices. So
I see where you're getting at.
In the drafting of 2, shouldn't we be consistent to say the use of electronic devices and other devices referred to in paragraph 1 of this order?
Right. So based on paragraph 1, other devices will be encapsulated in electronic devices. So for the purposes of consistency, based on how paragraph 1 is drafted to say laptops, tablets, mobile phones, and other devices, then for consistency, we could delete reference to devices in paragraph 2 and substitute it with electronic devices.
And other devices.
Right. No,
Right.
just leave it at electronic devices.
No.
You're thinking
no, no. All right, let me
reread
show you.
your,
Let me go again.
reread your redraft.
Mr. Stewart, hold a second.
Okay. Thank you very much. After adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
Sorry
I will
about
speak
that.
to Ms. Stewart and we can pick it up.
Yeah, Mr. Cowan, you want to say something? You good? For the members of the public who have joined us, we're just completing a committee meeting here because the standing orders that you hear reference to in the public domain regularly, the Senate conducts a continuous review of those standing orders, so that is what we are in the process of doing here now. But we are going to adjourn because we want to make a 10 o'clock start. So welcome, and I'll address you again before the start of the regular session of the Senate, but welcome, and just explaining to you that we are reviewing the standing orders of the Senate. So this meeting of the Standing Orders Committee, welcome Senator Golden Campbell, is adjourned for a date to be fixed. Shireen, are your people there? Your people? You could just give me the names here. Miss if you write it on a piece of paper.
Right. Visit jamja.org to find contact information for your MP. Invite them to meet with the community so they can better represent your issues and concerns in Parliament and keep government accountable. Get involved and let's make Jamaica land we love, Jamaica land we own, and the Jamaica land we run well. A message from the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, funded by the European Union and the Inter-American Development Bank in partnership with the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica.
What can a little germs do?
Pink eye running belly, even flu. Germs can make them happen to you.
Put germs on our manners with these. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze. Always wash your hand with water and soap. Keep dirty hands from your eyes and your nose and your mouth. You don't want to be sick, take care. Practice every day, no germs round here. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Me, I go show them my way of justice.
I'm abused.
I need legal advice. I don't deserve this.
The truth of the matter is, justice there for all of it. The Ministry of Justice has trained more than 5,600 persons in restorative justice practices. More than 200,000 victims have been supported by the victim services. Legal aid has reached thousands island-wide. Make we talk it out, not fight it out. Call 888 Justice today.
Jamaica's first broadcast museum is completely online. The PBCJ Audio Visual Library AVL website houses a curated collection of exhibits ranging from our island nation's greatest tragedies to our proudest triumphs. Explore rare video footage, the evolution of archival equipment, and deep dives into the lives and times of key figures and institutions in Jamaica's storied history. It's a treasure trove for the curious and nostalgic alike. Soon, you will be able to listen to the exhibits as we continue our commitment to enhancing accessibility features. No walls, no boundaries, only rich Jamaican history curated specifically